A draw in our first home game of the season against Kidderminster. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think a good performance from us. They worked the absolute plums off. They worked so hard, worked for each other, having to cover a lot of ground against a extremely good side. They won at title favourites for a reason, because they are a good side and got good players, and they shift you around. And we've had to be patient. We've had to dig in. We've had to do a lot of defensive work, but I think we've played really well. And apart from their goal, I think Tommy's made one save the second half. And I always felt that we're in the game. And we're a moment away from causing them problems. Really pleased with the application, the desire, everything that we needed to do. The first home game against an extremely tough side, and we take the point, and got a point on the board now, and we move on.
I suppose the goal that they scored, a set-piece one, is that a bit disappointing considering what happened last week at Macclesfield?
Yeah, I think it's disappointing. I don't think it's we did switch off for the set play, and the quarter's a little bit out of, on the up really. But I think we shouldn't have allowed it to come to that situation. It's our set play in their half. Within a matter of 30 seconds, they've got a corner. We should have put it in. But we live and learn. It is a sloppy goal to concede, and we've got to stop doing that. But one thing this week that we, a lot different to last week, we didn't get his heads down, we regrouped, put the ball on the halfway line, and we went again. And I think, just rewards. We got the equaliser and caused them a lot of problems.
And obviously the goal from Luke Waterfall from a set piece. How important is he going to be how important was he today, and how important is he going to be for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think he's vital. I think he's not just a leader on the pitch, like I said, he's a leader off the pitch. So I'll start with what he's like as a personality, because it does drive in the team and the team's performance. He was captain today, and captain for a reason. Driving everyone forward and pulling people around and keeping everyone organised. But today in both boxes, I thought they were brilliant. When they put crosses in, he's there on the end of it, heading it away. But I also think in their box he's a threat, and he gets his goal, well taken goal, and he's going to be a threat, in every game for us in the opposition box. So yeah, good performance today from him. But I think also the all back four, the defensive line in there were really good. We got his distance as well. We defended right against a very tricky, opposition, very good opposition. So I think Luke and all the back four, and the full squad defended really well.
And you mentioned before the effort and application. How pleasing is that's continued on, even from last season and previous seasons into this one?
Yeah, 100%. We only sign players with good characters. And we know it's difficult this year. We know it's extremely difficult. We know it's a massive jump, but it's a test for us all, and we're all looking forward to that, and we're all chomping at the bit to prove ourselves that we can operate at this level. And to do that, you've got to have right characters and right players to do it, and there's a good bunch in there. We've just got to make sure that every week we judge every game as on its own merit. We don't get too high, we don't get too low, and we try and put in a good shift for everyone, and do the basics of the football. A good football team in working hard, being there for each other, being able to run, cover ground, and everything else will take care of itself. So yeah, I'm pleased where we are at the meantime, especially when you look at it from a pre-season point of view and the injuries. It's not me making excuses, but he's starting slowly to get bodies back. 5 of our players that's been out near enough all pre-season has played 45 minutes in the reserves this week, and he's chipping away at that to make sure that every single game we've got the full squad to pick from that can give the best account that we can do.
And one man that has been added to your squad, Toby Joseph, for his first start today. What are your thoughts on his performance?
Toby's been it's a strange one for us. We spotted him a couple of weeks ago, and we tried to get him in pretty quick. He gives us something that a lot of our midfielders haven't got, and it brings a different mix to the combinations that we're playing there. And I think you'll see today that he's calm on the ball, but he covers every blade of grass, and he's happy to sit in there and cover every blade of the grass. So he's a good addition for us, really good addition. And I think now, in the centre midfield, if we play 4 or play 3 or even a 2, there's 5 good players in there, from experienced lads to lads that have been here now a lot of years to youth. and there's a really good blend in there that allows us to play different options each game, and also keep people on their toes to make sure that they're playing well to stay in the side.
And now moving on to Radcliffe on the Tuesday night, our first Tuesday night game. How important is it to build on this point today and go again?
Yeah, it's important to build on the point, but again, Radcliffe is just another game. 3 points on offer, and we've got to go there and put a good account of ourselves. Obviously, we came across them where they absolutely, battered the league that we came out of. So they're earlier in the stage of their development to what we are. But they're a good side. I make no bones about that, and they've got some good players. But so it's another good test for us and to see where we are early on in our season, and one that we'll be going to trying to enjoy it. But going there to try and take points away from them on their patch.
Cheers, Craig.